After his revenge win over Alexander Povetkin, his promoter Eddie Hearn and Dillian Whyte himself have talked about taking a fight in the United States, which would be more of a tune-up type of fight, more of a stay busy kind of fight rather than the high wire, high risk, high stakes opponents he's been taking on over the past, couple years. And Dillian Whyte has now come out and said that Chris Arreola fits the bill as far as somebody who is tried and tested, but not as dangerous as some of the other opponents he's fought recently, at least in his perception and perhaps the perception of the public. Because in reality, maybe Chris Arreola, based upon the way he looked against Andy Ruiz, is a more dangerous fighter than Alexander Povetkin was, at least in the rematch. Is he more dangerous than somebody like Oscar Rivas? Remains to be seen. I would say probably not. But anyway, let me quote Dillian Whyte here. He said, "I think also Chris Arreola might be somebody to look at because he just acquitted himself well against Adam Kalnacki and Andy Ruiz. It would be a good match, it would be good if I could blow him away in 4 or 5 rounds as well, because my name has been matched with Andy Ruiz and those kind of guys. I thought Arreola won the fight with Andy Ruiz, to be honest. I thought he won it by a split decision. He's another for us to look at as well. He's well known, a tough guy, 3-time world title challenger, very good Mexican fighter as well. Arreola fights like a real Mexican, unlike that fat fake Mexican. Like I said before, Candy Ruiz is all stomach and no heart. He had 30 pounds of fat sucked out of him, and he still looks like a messy blob. He's a joker. If I fight Chris Arreola, I'll knock him out. It's not disrespect to Chris Arreola. He's a good fighter, a tough guy. Obviously, he's got a great chin. If you're at the level that we are, according to him, top 5 heavyweights in the world, he didn't even put me in the top 5 heavyweights in the world. He put me in the top 15 or something when he did his top 5 rankings. The fact is, I'm number 3 in the Ring Magazine rankings and have beaten 3 of the current top 10, including guys who have beaten Ruiz. He should be knocking Chris Arreola out. If I fight Chris Arreola, I'll stop him. 5 rounds, Chris Arreola will get stopped. End quote. It's typical Dillian, really. Very spirited. Believes in himself. Very confrontational with his rivals. And I wonder how Andy Ruiz is going to deal with that. Because Andy Ruiz is a very softly spoken individual. And the fact that AJ is this corporate kind of guy, doesn't do a lot of trash talk, maybe that favored Andy Ruiz psychologically. I don't know. I'm not saying he can't cope with it well, but I don't know how Andy Ruiz will cope with a guy like Dillian Whyte who is being disrespectful towards him. Now, I'm not saying Andy Ruiz hasn't been disrespectful towards Dillian Whyte. I'm sure Dillian Whyte feels as though he has. But I'm just talking about, from the psychological perspective, how Andy Ruiz is going to deal with a character like Dillian Whyte, putting it on him, so to speak. Will he rise to the occasion? Will he meet fire with fire? Will he punish him in the ring for it? Or will it actually get under his skin? Will it make him feel full of doubt? Will it make him apprehensive? Will it make him angry? Will it make him act out of character? That's what I'm wondering. So it's not just the style matchup of Ruiz and Dillian Whyte that I'm interested in. It's the personality matchup that I find very intriguing. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below about this beef between Dillian Whyte and Andy Ruiz, which has been bubbling for a while. But also the prospect of Dillian Whyte fighting Chris Arreola. Do you think that Dillian Whyte would be able to get rid of Chris Arreola in, what did he say, 5 or 6 rounds? 5 rounds, he said. Do you think he would be able to get rid of him in 5 rounds? Especially if Chris Arreola comes in the kind of shape he was for the Ruiz fight in the 220s. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below.